Thinking about buying a second home or an investment property? Stay tuned, I'm going to fill you in. Buying a second home or an investment property in Georgia? Great idea, but the rules are a little different than buying your primary home. In this series, I'm going to walk you through the key requirements so you know exactly what to do and when to expect it, and everything that goes in between, from credit to income to down payment and more. Whether you're dreaming of a lake house in North Georgia or building a rental portfolio, understanding the steps is the first move. Let's start with credit. What kind of score do you need for a second property? Lenders typically want a stronger credit profile. The minimum credit score is usually around 620, but to get the best interest rate, most lenders prefer 700 or higher. For these typical purchases, why? Because a second property carries more risk. If something happens financially, lenders assume you'll pay your primary mortgage first. But don't worry, your score doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to show that you're financially stable and can handle more than one mortgage. Next, let's talk about the down payment, because they definitely can be different. For a second home or an investment property, how much down payment do you actually need? The down payment for a second home or investment property is higher than a primary residence. For a second home you'll personally use, most lenders require at least 10% down, sometimes more. For investment properties like rentals or flips, you're usually looking at about 15 to 25% down, depending on your loan type and credit. Unlike a primary home, you won't have access to down payment assistance. So having funds saved is key. Income requirements and DTI ratios. To buy a second home or an investment property, you'll need to show you can afford both mortgages. That's where your debt to income, or DTI, comes in. Most lenders want your total month debits, including both mortgage payments, to be no more than 43 or 45% of your gross income. If the property will generate rental income, some lenders will let you count that. But it depends on the loan type and if you have a lease in place. Make sure you have solid documentation, especially if you're self-employed or using investment income. Next up, loan types, because the kind of loan you choose really matters here. What loan options are available for a second property? Well, you're not going to find FHA or USDA loans for second homes or investments. They're strictly for primary residences. For a second home, you'll typically use a conventional loan. For an investment property, that's your main option too, unless you're using cash. There are also DSCR loans. Those are debt service coverage ratio loans, which are designed for investors. These use the property's rental income to qualify, not your personal income. Your loan type affects your interest rate, down payment, and qualifying process. So this is where working with the right lender really counts. Last up, what it takes to actually close on your second property here in Georgia. Closing on a second home or investment property looks a lot like buying your first home, but with a few more layers. You still need a valid ID, updated financial docs, and a clear plan for insurance and taxes. Lenders will want to know, will you be living in the home, or will it be part-time? Will it be used as a rental? Is it going to be managed by someone else? Be prepared to show reserves. Some lenders want you to have 6 months. Yes, 6 months of mortgage payments saved for each property you own. And remember, whether it's your dream cabin or your beautiful lake house or your next cash flowing rental, I'm here to help you make it happen. If you're thinking about expanding your real estate footprint, let's talk about the smartest way to do it. So if you're thinking about making a move somewhere in the North Georgia area, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me a DM. I would love to help you make your next investment a reality.